Welcome. My name's Susan Young, Mindful Coaching. Today we're going to do a meditation on welcoming, accepting, acknowledging the dark. A solstice meditation. A meditation on those edges when we shift from one getting darker, 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 and then it gets lighter, lighter, lighter. And over time, we find this to be true in our lives. Before we get started, let's come into a comfortable seated or lying down position, letting your hands rest easily, whether you're on the floor, on your seated cushion, or on a chair, or lying down. Just allow the eyes to close and allow the tension to leave your body as best you can. As you breathe in, have a sense of breathing in, a deeper sense of letting go. Letting go. Or perhaps the word surrender. Surrendering. Surrendering to the body, to its needs, its regular, daily, constant needs. To the planet turning on its axis. To the sunlight and how limited it is in the winter. But we don't have access to as much sun. And so as you sit or lie here, breathing in through the nostrils, let your breath lengthen and allow it to guide the body in even more surrender, even more letting go. We can't control how the earth turns. We can't control what other people do. We can't control the darkness or the sunlight. But some days, some moments, we have a choice in how we respond to these things. And as you stabilize and lengthen the breath to just the right breathing for you, and as you're inviting the body to relax and release tension, expand your awareness to include your thoughts and feelings. Solstice, the time of the year for those of us in the northern hemisphere, where many of us live. There's a time of darkness that has been celebrated across the globe for thousands of years in many ways. We are in the darkness. We have less light available to us. That's the reality as we know it, if we live. In a part of the world where solstice means darkness. accepting the reality as best I can. Acceptance might even for you be tolerating. This is the reality. If there's resistance around accepting that dark can be nourishing, for you, it might be better to have a sense of tolerating as best you can this time in our world. And as the world has tilted and it circles the sun, we are now a day or 2 days out of solstice. We're now starting to have a few seconds more light each day. And over thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, our ancestors on this planet have celebrated this shift into light, celebrated, honored the dark that is a necessary part of the light. In this solar system, on this planet, and the way that this Earth moves around its axis and moves around the sun, some of the time, for some people, it's dark. Feel the truth of that. Bring your attention to it just for a few moments. And if it's possible for you, bring an appreciation for the possibility of seeing this time of darkness as a time of nourishment. We have seasons when we flourish and seasons when the leaves fall from us, revealing our bare bones. Catherine May from her book, Wintering. Or whatever the mystery is, we need to be in the darkness, emotionally sometimes, physically sometimes. That is the truth of life as it is. If it's possible, maybe bring a sense of affection for the darkness. A time of tucking in. Perhaps doing less activity. Letting the cold, the snow, the wintering guide us into rest, a deep sense of nourishment by resting. Now, just as there's a moment, a liminal space where when the earth turns around the sun and when it turns on its axis, there's a moment when it starts to bring in more light. I'm inviting you to attend to your breath in a similar way. So as you breathe in, come all the way up to the top of the in-breath and pause there before the exhale starts in this briefness. And then as you're ready, come into the exhale, attending to the breath all the way through. And then at the bottom of the exhale, there's a brief split moment or second where you're in between breaths, neither inhaling nor exhaling. And then you inhale again. So for the next couple of moments, as best you can, attend to this, bringing your mind back to the rhythm of this breathing with attention to the pauses in between. Allowing and appreciating those in between moments. And as our world just past solstice gets lighter, can I honor the darkness of this time of the year? Out of darkness, out of grief and loss and sorrow, out of pain comes deeper wisdom, comes a deeper acceptance of joy when it appears in our lives. This is necessary. Maybe for you inside there's resistance, or I don't want the dark, I don't want it. Let that go as best you can and come into an acceptance of the truth of that. Out of the darkness, which is necessary, comes joy, comes light. Creating your own internal sacred space around this deep, profound truth. Sitting with it for the next few moments in silence. Bringing your thoughts back over and over to the shifting of between the inhale and the exhale, that liminal pause in there. Out of the silence comes sound. Out of the darkness comes light. Out of sorrow, joy can deepen. Each breath an opportunity to come into your own inner stillness. Each breath an opportunity to let go of the mind's thinking, of the body's tension, of the fear, of the resistance to life as it is. When we allow the truth of our lives to be accepted and appreciated, there is more ease, more loving within ourselves. And in our last moment or two, allow your own sense of affection for your willingness to show up. Your own sense of love for yourself and your willingness to explore these moments of stillness within each of us where we can resist and we can fight and we can come back to our truth, to that still small voice within us that speaks the truth. Deep self-worth, a deep affection for your willingness to accept and allow what is true in the world and in yourself to be your guide. Christmas Light by May Sarton. When everyone had gone, I sat in the library with the small silent tree, she and I alone. How softly she shone. And for the first time then, for the first time this year, I felt reborn again. I knew love's presence near, love distant, love detached, and strangely without weight, was with me in the night when everyone had gone and the garland of pure light stayed on, stayed on. Thank you for joining me.